Like me and my buddy were having a conversation the other day, and like he was like, I think it's I was arguing that I think you have a lower chance of getting a serious rejection if you put a girl's hand on your dick than if you go for a kiss. And this is after a girl's into you and like you guys have been on a date or whatever, and there's like, you know, some chemistry, whatever. And he was like, you're out of your mind, like this, that, and the other. And I was like, okay, well, let's ask some girls. So like, I just would go up to a girl and I'd be like, hey, you know, like this is the question. Like, you know, I wouldn't frame like who was on which side, but like they wanted an answer. So they gave their answer. And now all of a sudden we're in a sexual conversation with a girl where I haven't communicated any interest to her at all. And I've almost like disqualified her because I'm asking her this question that like you usually wouldn't ask.
It's not about you.
Exactly. You wouldn't ask a girl that you're trying to like hook up with because it's like a crazy question too. Yep. And so I'm not saying that that would be, you know, the optimal approach, but I'm just saying like that's something that like most guys wouldn't think to do, but that it's more successful than going up, over communicating interest, putting a girl in a position where like she has to decide like accept or reject. And usually when they're like forced to accept or reject, usually reject is the default. And if it's not, then they're probably a whore if they just like accept every guy that comes up to them. I mean, Neil Strauss had a good one when he was on with Jessica Alba, and he said, you know, looks are common in LA. Aside from your looks, like what would your friends say are the three, you know, best qualities about you? And like in that one question, he immediately like pulled away her looks, which was like one of her strongest attributes. Like nobody give a fuck about Jessica Alba if she's ugly, right? So it's literally like her superpower. He just sucked it right out of the conversation. He's also digging deeper. And now he's got her in a position of like qualifying herself to him and selling herself to him. She's telling him why she's good, you know? And so that would be a much better start of an interaction than like, you know, I think you're so beautiful. Like I just had to come over here and, you know, by the way, I'm a doctor, you know, and I drive a Lamborghini and like all this bullshit. The guys like, you know, they try and brag about themselves. They're doing all these things.